Morning students. In the previous videos we have seen the formula to find the angle between two straight lines in vector form. Cos theta is equal to modulus of b vector dot d vector divided by modulus of b vector modulus of d vector. In Cartesian form, so cos theta is equal to modulus of b1 d1 plus b2 d2 plus b3 d3 divided by square root of b1 square plus b2 square plus b3 square into square root of d1 square plus d2 square plus d3 square. So okay, now the two straight lines are parallel. So here the two straight lines in the vector form, r vector is equal to a vector plus sb vector and r vector is equal to c vector plus td vector. They are parallel. So if the two lines are parallel, what is the angle between them? That is equal to 0. Okay, angle between them is 0. Okay, so if you substitute in the formula, so in the place of theta, if you substitute it is 0, cos 0 is equal to, what has to come? Modulus of b vector dot d vector divided by modulus of b vector modulus of d vector. What is cos 0? It is 1. So 1 is equal to modulus of b vector dot d vector divided by modulus of b vector modulus of d vector. So you take this number modulus of b vector and modulus of d vector into 1, you will get this answer. And we know very well, if the two lines are parallel, if and only if b vector is equal to lambda into d vector. Okay, so two vectors are parallel. We know that one vector is a scalar multiple of other. Here two given straight lines are parallel if and only if b vector is equal to lambda into d vector for some scalar lambda, because the angle depends on the parallel vector. So that's why b vector is equal to lambda into d vector. Okay, so using the same result we can get in another form. So see that b vector whose direction ratios b1 b2 b3 and d vector direction ratios d1 d2 d3. Here the two given lines with direction ratios b1 b2 b3 and d1 d2 d3 are parallel. That means the two given straight lines are parallel if and only if b1 by d1 is equal to b2 by d2 is equal to b3 by d3. How it is? We have said the two lines are parallel if and only if b vector is equal to lambda into d vector, I have said. So the b vector can be written as b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap, you can take it. Okay, here lambda into d vector, how it will be written? Lambda into d1 I cap plus d2 j cap plus d3 k cap. Now equating the coefficients on both the sides. But here b1 is equal to lambda into d1. So next one what has to come? b2 is equal to lambda into d2 and b3 is equal to lambda into d3. Okay, so b1, bring this d1 to the next side. b1 by d1 is equal to lambda, b2 by d2 is equal to lambda and b3 by d3 is equal to lambda. So everything is equal to lambda. So we can very well write b1 d1 is equal to b2 d2 is equal to b3 by d3. So that's why if the two given straight lines with the direction ratios b1 b2 b3 and d1 d2 d3 are parallel if and only if b1 by d1 is equal to b2 by d2 is equal to b3 by d3. Okay, so next one we are moving to the perpendicular lines. Okay, the two given straight lines are perpendicular if and only if B vector dot D vector is equal to 0. Okay. So see now, what is the angle if the two straight lines are perpendicular? What is the angle between them? It is 90 degree. What is cos 90 degree? It is 0. So the denominator will become 0. So you will get modulus of B vector dot D vector is equal to 0. So when you remove the modulus, it is B vector dot D vector is equal to 0. So if the two straight lines are perpendicular, if and only if B vector dot D vector is equal to 0. Okay, B vector dot D vector can be written as B1 D1 plus B2 D2 plus B3 D3 is equal to 0. Either you can take it in the vector form or you can write it in the Cartesian form. So see now, if the two lines are parallel, we can write the parallel vector B vector is equal to scalar multiple of other D vector. So otherwise you can write B1 by D1 is equal to B2 by D2 is equal to B3 by D3. If the two straight lines are perpendicular, B vector dot D vector is equal to 0. Otherwise you can write B1 D1 plus B2 D2 plus B3 D3 is equal to 0. So now we are coming to the direction cosines are given. Okay, you see that if the direction cosines of two given straight lines are L1, M1, N1 and L2, M2, N2. So these are nothing but the direction cosines of the two straight lines. Then what we are going to find? Angle between the two given straight lines we are going to find. What is given that? It is cos theta is equal to modulus of L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. We'll see that. So direction cosine. So L1 can be written as what it is? It is B1 by square root of B1 squared plus B2 squared plus B3 squared. So why I am writing like direction cosines is nothing but x by r. So which vector we have? L1 is the direction L1, M1, N1. What is it? L1, M1 and N1. They are the direction cosines of B vector. Okay. And L2, M2, N2. They are the direction cosines of D vector. That means otherwise we can say L1, M1, N1 are the direction cosines of the first straight line which is parallel to B vector. L2, M2, N2 are the direction cosines to the second straight line which is parallel to D vector. So B vector, how it will be written? B vector B1 I cap plus B2 J cap plus B3 K cap, isn't it? Okay. So L1, what is it? X by R. So what is your X? B1. What is R? Modulus of B vector. So what is the modulus of B vector? Square root of B1 squared plus B2 squared plus B3 squared. How to write M1? It is, what is it? Y by R. So it is B2 divided by modulus of B vector is what? B1 squared plus B2 squared plus B3 squared. And come to N1. What is it? It is B3. Z by R. It is a square root of B1 squared plus B2 squared plus B3 squared. If I come to L2. L2 is nothing but D1 by square root of D1 squared plus D2 squared plus D3 squared. What is M2? D2 divided by square root of D1 squared plus D2 squared plus D3 squared. What is N2? N2 is nothing but D3 divided by square root of D1 squared plus D2 squared plus D3 squared. Okay. Now what we have to find? Angle. Angle, what is the formula? Cos theta is equal to B vector dot D vector divided by modulus of B vector modulus of D vector. In the Cartesian form, how it will be written? B1 D1 plus B2 D2 plus B3 D3 divided by square root of B1 squared, B2 squared, B3 squared into D1 squared plus D2 squared plus D3 squared. We see now it is nothing but, you see that multiply L1 L2, what has to come? B1 d1 divided by square root of b1 squared plus b2 squared plus b3 squared into square root of d1 squared plus d2 squared plus d3 squared plus this is what? L1, L2. In the same way, M1, M2 multiply. If you multiply, what has to come? B2, D2 divided by square root of B1 squared. So, when you multiply these two, you can multiply the numerator. B2, D2 divided by B1 square root of B1 squared, B2 squared plus B3 squared into square root of D1 squared plus D2 squared plus D3 squared. Plus in the same way n1 into n2. What is it? b3 d3 divided by square root of b1 squared plus b2 squared plus b3 squared into square root of d1 squared plus d2 squared plus d3 squared. So it can be written as what? b1 d1 plus b2 d2 plus b3 d3. Denominators are same, divided by square root of b1 squared plus b2 squared plus b3 squared into square root of d1 squared plus d2 squared plus d3 squared. This is the formula to find the angle between two straight lines in the Cartesian form. Here what we did, we multiply L1 into L2 plus M1 into M2 plus N1 into N2. So that's why if the direction cosines are given for the two straight lines, the angle between two given straight line is cos theta is equal to modulus of L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. Okay, using this we are going to do the problem. You see that exercise 6.4 7th problem. If the straight line joining the points 2, 1, 4 and a minus 1, 4, minus 1 is parallel to the line joining the points 0, 2, b minus 1 and 5, 3, minus 2. Okay, find the values of a and b. Here what is given? The two straight lines are parallel. Okay, the first straight line, how it is formed? By joining these two points. Second straight line, when you join these 2 points, you will obtain. So, given that the two straight lines are parallel. Okay, so parallel means what we have said? The two lines are parallel. Either you can use b vector is equal to lambda into d vector. Otherwise, b1 by d1 is equal to b2 by d2 is equal to b3 by d3. Here I am going to use this because it is given in terms of points. So, b1, b2, b3 is what? It is the direction ratios of the first straight line. So, how to find the direction ratios of the first straight line which is joined by these 2 points? It is nothing but what is the formula? x1 minus x2 comma y1 minus y2 comma z1 minus z2, or otherwise you can use x2 minus x1 y2 minus y1 z2 minus z1. Here I have used the second one. So see that a minus 1 minus 2 x2 minus x1. At the next y2, that is 4 minus 1. Next one minus 1 minus 4. So I will get this. So when I simplify, it is a minus 3, 3 minus 5. This is nothing but the direction ratios of the first straight line. So it can be denoted as b1, b2, b3. In the same way, I am going to find the direction ratios of the second straight line joining these 2 points. Again, I use the formula x2 minus x1. So the 5 minus 0. y2 minus y1. 3 minus 2. Next z2 minus z1. Minus 2 minus b plus 1. Because the minus has to be given to both the terms. When you apply minus to b, it is minus b. Here it will become plus 1. So I have written here. So when I simplify 5, 1, minus 1 minus b. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 minus b. So it is for the second straight line. So I have taken this as d1, d2, d3. So what is given that? The two straight lines are parallel. So I'll write the formula, how the direction ratios are. So b1 by d1 is equal to b2 by d2 is equal to b3 by d3. I'm going to substitute. In the place of b1, what you have to write? A minus 3. d1 you are having 5. And b2 3. And d2 is 1. And b3 is minus 5. What is your d3? Minus 1 minus b. Okay. So see now, here I am going to consider the first two result. What is it? What is that? A minus 3 by 5 is equal to 3. A minus 3 by 5 is equal to 3. So what is A minus 3? It is equal to 15. So A is equal to 18. You consider the second and the third result. What is it? Minus 5 by minus 1 minus b, which is equal to 3. Okay. So when you multiply this, minus 1 into 3 is minus 3. Minus b into 3 is minus 3b. Okay. So in the minus 3, when you take it to the left side, it is plus 3. Minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2. That is equal to minus 3b. So from this, b is equal to what? 2 by 3. So we have found the values of a and b if the two straight lines are parallel. Come to the next one. If the straight lines x minus 5 by 5m plus 2 is equal to 2 minus y by 5 equal to 1 minus z by minus 1, and x is equal to 2y plus 1 by 4m is equal to 1 minus z by minus 3 or perpendicular to each other, find the value of m. Okay, so here what is given? Two straight lines are given, and it is also given they are perpendicular. We have to find the value of m. So the equations are in the Cartesian form. Okay, equations are in the Cartesian form. So first we have to check they are in the correct format of the line. So I have said x, y and z should be positive. So consider the first line. It is given as x minus 5 by 5m plus 2 is equal to 2 minus y by 5. You look at this, your y is in negative, is equal to 1 minus z by minus 1. Your z is also in negative. So we have to make it on the correct form. So x minus 5 by 5m plus 2, you just write as it is equal to. Come to now. So you have to take minus from the numerator. So if you take minus, it has to be given to the denominator. So it will become minus 5. So here from the numerator, what we have taken? Minus. So when I take minus out, so this y minus y will become plus y, and plus 2 will become minus 2. So I have rearranged this as y minus 2 divided by minus 5. So which is equal to. So from this also I have taken the minus out. So the minus written out, it has to be come to the denominator. So minus of minus 1 will become plus. So the numerator, how it will be changed? Z minus 1. Okay. So from this, if it's so, the denominator is the direction ratios of the straight line. Okay. So b1, b2, b3 is nothing but 5m plus 2 minus 5 and 1. Consider the next line. Okay. So how it will be written? X by 1 is equal to. So from this we have to take here 2y is there. So you can take 2 out. When you take 2 out, it will become y plus 1 by 2. Okay. The 2 has to be written in the denominator of the denominator. Upon what has to come? 4m by 2. 4m by 2 is 2m. So see now, from the numerator I have taken 2 out. It will go to the denominator of the denominator. So it will become 4m by 2, that is 2m. So here this 1 will become 1 by 2, which is equal to. So from this term we have to take minus out. That minus has to be given to the denominator. So the denominator will become positive here. So this term numerator will become z minus 1. So if you take the denominator, you take as d1, d2, d3. That is 1, 2m, 3. So what is given that the two straight lines are perpendicular. I have said the two straight lines are perpendicular. You can use b vector dot d vector is equal to 0 or b1 d1 plus b2 d2 plus b3 d3 is equal to 0. Here the Cartesian equations are given, so I am going to consider the result what it is. b1 d1 plus b2 d2 plus b3 d3 is equal to 0. So while I am substituting 5m plus 2 into 1 plus minus 5 into 2m plus 1 into 3, that is equal to 0. So when you multiply 5m plus 2 minus 5 into 2m is minus 10m plus 3 is equal to 0. 5m minus 10m is nothing but minus 5m. 2 plus 3 is 5 is equal to 0. Plus 5 when you take it to the right side, minus 5. So both getting cancelled. So you are getting m is equal to 1. Okay. Now next we are moving to the shortest distance between two straight lines. Okay. So here the straight lines can be classified into three ways. One is parallel lines and perpendicular lines. In the perpendicular lines, we can say intersecting lines. Parallel lines, perpendicular lines, and the next new one is skew lines. Okay. So after seeing the parallel lines, perpendicular intersecting lines and skew lines, we are going to find the shortest distance between them. So before that, you see the definition. Two lines are said to be coplanar if they lie in the same plane. So if the lines, they are in the same plane, those lines are called coplanar. Okay. So see that if two lines are either parallel or intersecting, then the lines are coplanar. Okay. Next one. So two lines in space are called skew lines if they are not parallel and do not intersect. So skew lines means it is neither parallel nor intersecting lines. Those lines are called skew lines. So if the two lines are skew lines, then they are non-coplanar. Okay. So using skew lines, we can't draw a plane. Okay. So parallel lines and intersecting lines only we can draw the plane. Through skew lines, we can't draw a plane. Okay. So we'll come to next. Now we are going to find the shortest distance between two parallel lines. You look at the lines equation. So r vector is equal to a vector plus sb vector and r vector is equal to c vector plus t into b vector. Here we will use b vector, the same b vector here we are using, because the two lines are parallel. We can write b vector is equal to some lambda into d vector. So scalar multiplication we can write. Okay. So instead of using d vector, we have written d vector as t into b vector, because if the two lines are parallel, both are parallel to the same vector. Okay. So here this a vector and c vector are the position vector of the passing point of the first and the second line. Okay. This b vector is the parallel vector to both the lines. But now what we are going to see? We are going to see the shortest distance between the parallel lines. Okay. So what is the shortest distance? It is denoted as d, that is equal to modulus of c vector minus a vector cross b vector divided by modulus of b vector, provided your modulus of b vector not equal to 0. This number is 0 now, it is not defined. So the denominator should not be equal to 0. We'll see the proof of it. See how many lines I have considered. So first line L1, second line L2. How this is the green line is L2. So L1 and L2, how they are? They are parallel. Okay, so I have considered here L1, L2 are parallel lines. Okay, so this L1 passing through the point A, whose position vector is A vector, and L2 passing through the point B, whose position vector is C vector. I have taken here because L1, L2 both parallel lines is parallel to B vector. Okay, so A vector is given, C vector is given, and B vector. The three vectors are given. A vector and C vector are position vector of the passing point of the line, and B vector is the parallel vector. Okay, so see now, here we are going to find the shortest distance. So it is the line segment AD. It is, we have taken this AD is perpendicular to both parallel lines L1 and L2. That distance is called the shortest distance between the parallel lines. So now we are going to find what is AD, that is denoted as D. Okay, so see that here in this triangle, it is a right angle triangle. Which triangle? ABD is a right angle triangle. So which one we want? AD only we want. So using sine theta. So using sine theta we are going to find. So in this triangle, what is sine theta? Sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. See that in your triangle, which is your opposite side? AD is your opposite side and AB is your hypotenuse. So sine theta is equal to what? AD by AB. AD only we have to find out. Okay, this AB. So AB, it's a number, so we can write this as modulus of B vector. And here what is needed? Sine theta we have to find. So using sine theta, to find sine theta, so we need the angle theta. So theta is the angle between AB vector and B vector. So both these two lines are parallel, L2 and B vector are parallel. So we consider theta is the angle between AB vector and B vector. If it's so, you can find sine theta using the formula. So cross product formula here we are going to use. What is that? Sine theta is equal to modulus of A vector cross B vector divided by modulus of A vector modulus of B vector. So here in the place of A vector we are going to write AB vector. So it is sine theta is equal to modulus of AB vector cross B vector divided by modulus of AB vector modulus of B vector. So see now, AB vector, how it will be written? OB vector minus OA vector using position vectors. So cross B vector divided by OB vector minus OA vector into modulus of B vector. Okay, here what is the position vector of B? Usually we will take it as B vector. Here your B vector is a parallel vector. So that's why the position vector of B is C vector we have taken. So it will be C vector minus A vector cross B vector divided by modulus of C vector minus A vector into modulus of B vector. Here we have found what it is, sine theta. So sine theta has to be substituted in this formula. So I have substituted the sine theta is equal to AD, that only we have to find. We denoted as it's a D, shortest distance, divided by modulus of B vector. So what is modulus of B vector? So what is the modulus of B vector is OB vector minus OA vector. That is nothing but modulus of C vector minus A vector. So it's a number. So here also the same thing. So both getting cancelled. So D is equal to formula modulus of C vector minus A vector cross B vector divided by modulus of B vector. So see that this is the shortest distance between the two parallel lines. So while you are writing the lines, how the equation should be? So the parallel vectors should be same. Here if you use B vector, here also you have to use B vector. So this parameter you can change because one vector is a scalar multiple of other. So you have to change the parameter, but B vector here also you have to use B vector. If it's so, your shortest distance is modulus of C vector minus A vector cross B vector divided by modulus of B vector. Just keep in your mind, A vector and C vector are the passing points of the two lines, and B vector is nothing but the parallel vector. Thank you, students.